and welcome to episode 5 of The Minstermen with York City. I join you back to the 8th of November 2014, and we've got a live commentary in the FA Cup first round against a team that I suspect most of you have not heard of. We've been handed a kind draw at home to Dulwich Hamlet, who currently reside in the Minstermen Premier League. But they beat Aldershot in the fourth qualifying round. Aldershot now are a conference team and 18th in the conference. But they beat them. They overturned them and Eastbourne Borough and Hungerford. So a very good performance from them to get to this position. Anyway, I'm going to be showing you guys this game, plus recapping on this month's fixtures, which have been a mixed bag, to be honest, since the last episode, which of course was a fantastic 4-1 win against Portsmouth, which really came out of nowhere. Wes Fletcher with a hat-trick, and he's kind of continued some decent form in this month, which has been pleasing to see. As you can see, though, it really has been a mixed bag in the 5 games. Starting off at Rodney Parade away at Newport County, and a notoriously tough place to go. Well, what I would think is a tough place to go. And we managed to pick up a 2-1 win, which I felt this was the first time ever we've really gotten a bit of luck, I suppose, and won a game that we probably shouldn't have, as you can see from the match stats. They took the lead in the 42nd minute through Kevin Feely, but a Michael Coulson goal in the 58th minute and a Keith Lowe goal. Now that is a collector's item from the centre-back in the 72nd minute. Turned it around and gave us a 2-1 win. Now as you can see from the match stats, I suppose we did have 2 clear-cut chances and they didn't have a single one, but they had more shots, more possession, and were generally much better than us, but yet we took our chances, and I was so delighted we finally took our chances and we managed to pick up a 2-1 victory, which I thought was an extremely impressive win and the first time all season that we'd won 2 on the bounce. But then unfortunately, in amongst this kind of decent run, we had to play at home to Shrewsbury, who were top of the table at the time, and I think they might still be. And we lost game 3-2. We put in a really resilient effort though in this game, which I was proud of the guys for doing. James Collins, unfortunately we came up against James Collins on a really good day. He did manage to bag, I think, a first half hat-trick. Yeah, 8th minute, 33rd minute, and a penalty in the 41st minute. Wes Fletcher temporarily made it 2-1 in the 38th minute, and then 3-2 in the 58th minute. So he had another good game and another brace. But we couldn't quite push for that winner, unfortunately, in the second half, and unfortunately lost the game. Again, this one, when you look at it, probably Shrewsbury did deserve to just win the game, although a very valiant performance from ourselves, and I was proud of the boys for the effort. We then travelled to the Globe Arena, and this one was a bit more of an annoying result, because this, maybe not a winnable game, but like I was hoping we might be able to sniff a point out of this game, but the game was almost over before it started. We were 2-0 down after 24 minutes, Jack Redshaw and Andy Fleming scoring the goals. And with the way our team is this year, like, we're not big goal scorers, so if we go 2-0 down after 25 minutes or something, there's no way in hell we're going to pick up anything from the match, or I wouldn't have thought we are, because the maximum we... especially on the road. On the road we've been poor this year. Like, that Newport County win was our first and so far only win away from home. All the others have been at home. But anyway, a difficult result and disappointing. We then played at home to Mansfield in our next game though, and I did allude, I think, in the last episode saying that this one was probably one of the more winnable games where you were going to come across this year. And we did manage to win the game 2-0, which I was very happy about. They did have a man sent off after 29 minutes, which was a further help to us. Wes Fletcher in the 36th minute before Luke Summerfield slotting away another penalty in the 50th minute gave us a 2-0 win. As you can see, we were well worth the win as well. They didn't really have a sniff in the game. We probably should have won the game even more comprehensively than we did, but I'll settle for a 2-0. And probably alongside the Portsmouth game, our most convincing win of the year. Then we travelled to Cheltenham and we were kind of brought straight back down to earth with a 2-1 defeat, which was frustrating because they're going to be down there, and they are down there in terms of relegation. Again, conceding 2 early goals, Matt Richards and Elliot Richards in the 4th and 15th minute gave them an early 2-0 kick start. Summerfield scored a penalty in the 44th minute, and we had the whole second half kind of barraging their goal, but we couldn't take a chance to save ourselves. You know, we had 4 clinical chances and 3 half chances, but we couldn't take any of them. Wes Fletcher and Jake Hyde both having off days, unfortunately, and we ended up slipping up away from home. Again, you know, showing that like on the road we just don't seem to have it at the moment. But anyway, hopefully we can get through this round, because I do think Dulwich Hamlet is one of the best draws we could have gotten. If we have a look at the league table, we have him, well, like at the end of the last episode we'd ended up, I think, in 17th, and we are now still in 17th, which I think is quite good. We've now already created a 6-point gap between ourselves and the relegation zone, which Mansfield and Cambridge sit in. Cambridge do have a new manager, but it doesn't seem to have really changed their fortunes around. 9 points in 16 games is a fairly shoddy effort. 11 in 16 for Mansfield. Hartlepool are out of there at the moment. They're living on. They've had a few recent wins and are up in 13th. So you can see Shrewsbury are still top. Stevenage are joint top with them, and Stevenage are still yet to lose, which is a fascinating record in their first 16 games, so fair play to them. Accrington also keeping up their charge in 4th position. Wimbledon up there in 5th as well, which is, I suppose, a little bit odd. But we find ourselves in 17th. 5 wins, 2 draws, 9 defeats. We've scored 25, which is actually quite healthy. It's the 5th best, and I thought we've been struggling for goals. But our defence conceding 30 is the 2nd worst in the division to Cheltenham, which isn't very good. If we have a look at our home record is... let's have a look. Okay, our home record is pretty poor, 16 points, or sorry, 12 points, 12 or 17 points, and it's, I think, around 16th, something like that, overall. And away record-wise, we are right down there in around 19th spot, with just 5 points on the road. Cheltenham have only got 3, so have Plymouth. Mansfield have 4. Stevenage are doing well. Burton are unbeaten at home, and so are Luton and Morecambe. Anyway, if we have a look at our individual player statistics, top goal scorer is, of course, Wes Fletcher with 9. Luke Summerfield has now got 4. I do believe, though, all 4 of them are from the spot. Yeah, 4 from 4 penalties. But you take it. Sinclair and Hyde still on 3. Sinclair's got 6 assists. Fletcher has got 4, Coulson 3. Average rating wise, Fletcher, Johnny Byrne, Winfield, and Keith Lowe all over 7s. Somebody like Jake Hyde is a bit frustrating at the moment, though, because he came to me kind of begging for games nearly. And I've been giving him games, but he's just not performing. And neither is Emile Sinclair. He's really gone off the boil lately. And Tom Eaves really was never on the ball, unfortunately. So we're struggling a little bit to kind of fulfill the role beside Fletcher, because Fletcher's been he's been a bit of a godsend for us and has been excellent. We might look, I think we'll be probably entering contract discussions quite soon with him, because his contract does end in the summer, and we'll hopefully at least increase it by a year, because I do think we need him. He scored 9 from 9 starts this year, which is a very tidy return. Anyway, we'll get into today's game, and the team we've gone for is Bobby Olshanek in goal, a back 4 of McCoy, Lowe, Byrne and Femi Ilzamani, Coulson, Summerfield, Lee and Esteban Lopez, Fletcher and Hyde up front. Of course, Liam Agnew picking up that 5 to 6 month injury at the end of the last episode, which was a bit of a killer. But we've been okay. We've been able to for that not to affect us too much, because Ollie Lee and Luke Summerfield, touch wood, have kept themselves injury free, and as long as those two are in the middle of the park, there's no problems. And actually, even if Agnew was around, if both Summerfield and Lee were fit, they'd probably start ahead of him. But now it's kind of extra imperative that they stay fit, because we don't have somebody like Agnew who can slot in. Anyway, this first 25 minutes has really gone past without us getting anywhere here. Dulwich Hamlet are really having a... they've kind of shut up shop. They really haven't come out to play, have they? But they're doing it very well. As Luke Summerfield there picks up a minor injury. And he's now going to pick up a booking, it seems. And that is the only thing of note in the first half. The booking to Luke Summerfield. And a really disappointing performance in that first half. Not creating anything. And we find ourselves at 0-0, which is a really precarious position to be in against a team like this. Because it's just going to take one goal for them. And like they will cling on to a goal for dear life. We're going to bring on Tom Eves, give him a chance. Esteban Lopez now picks up a knock. Anyway, here's Keith Lowe, Femi El-Zamani. Keith Lowe out on the wing. We don't really want to see him there. Esteban Lopez, oh, it's hit the bar. I don't think he was meaning to hit the bar, but it was one of those that hit the bar from the cross. And we're going to take him off now because he is injured. But we're kind of clutching at straws if that's the only highlight we can muster up in 50 minutes against a team who are 3 or 4 divisions below us. But here's Michael Coulson into Ollie Lee. There it is. There's the goal we've been searching for. And it's Ollie Lee to produce it with a really nice finish as well. His second of the season. He's been quite good since arriving on loan, has Ollie Lee. And this one just caps it off, a really nice finish. And we finally break the deadlock on these Dulwich Hamlet lot in the 49th minute. As you can see, they haven't brought many away fans, but there's a few. Like the York crowd isn't great either. Lee with a good finish there. I think they were predicted to bring in, I think, 2,500 today, which is at least 1,500 down, I think, on a normal league crowd. Well, no, maybe not 1,500, maybe 1,000. I don't think we get 4,000 in. We might get 3,500 though. But the game is still at 1-0 here, 72 minutes in. I would love to score now just to finish the game off, because I do think it would if we managed to score now. And Wes Fletcher has earned us a penalty. Terrell Forbes with the tackle, a bit of a reckless one as well. Fletcher wasn't seemingly going anywhere. But Luke Summerfield has a chance now for his 5th goal of the season and to make it 5 from 5 from the penalty spot, which we did discuss earlier in the episode about his penalties. Can he convert? He certainly can, and that hopefully is game, set and match, and we can pretty comfortably go through to the second round of the FA Cup now. We've made it a little bit harder for ourselves than we probably needed it to be. Now I think they've been quite good in what they've looked to do. Like, they haven't really come at us. We haven't looked like conceding. But, oh God, as I say that, they've got a ball in here. London McKell gets it away. It's Mendy, Kamara, even Forbes, Hibbert, Lodge. Hits the crossbar. And Femi El-Zamani gets it away. Now, to be fair, that was their first real look at goal in the whole game. Of course, it happens a minute after I say they haven't looked like scoring. But they haven't really looked like scoring. We've kind of nullified them, but they nullified us for an awful long time. And it's taken a good strike from Ollie Lee and then a penalty from Summerfield to have turned that around. And it looks like this is going to be the last play. A free kick. Then Gill gives it away. And it looks like Dulwich Hamlet's fantastic fairy tale run is going to come to a close here in the first round, the FA Cup. But fair play to them, they've really done very well to get to this stage. We've managed to win the game 2-0, which is a positive result. As I say, just getting the job done, I suppose. And actually, I might keep you guys on for the FA Cup second round draw, I suppose. It's in a day or two's time, so I might as well just keep it going. We've got Oxford next in the league, which I think is a winnable game. Well, I would have hoped it's a winnable game. Very close, you know. We're 17th, Oxford are 15th, so it's going to be one of those sort of fixtures. But hopefully, as I said before, we can get through it. And I'm really hoping that we can maybe get another decent draw in this second round. 40-18. Let's go for the automatic draw. Builds up a little bit more tension. So Stevenage wouldn't want that. Forest Green. Yeovil, certainly not. Chesterfield. Gillingham, no. Away to a League One side is exactly what you don't want. Ah, jeez, there it is. Barnsley or Welling against York. I'm not going to continue for the rest of the draw. But Barnsley are 19th in Sky Bet League One. It's going to be a little bit of a derby because, well, it's not a major derby. I wonder whether it comes up because they're quite close, Barnsley. No, it doesn't come up, but like in terms of logistics, they're actually quite close. Or Welling. So we're really hoping that kind of Welling can maybe pull off an upset. I assume they've taken it to a replay. Yeah, they drew. Oh, they drew at Barnsley despite being down to 10 men. So that's a bit of an interesting one. But I suspect it will be away at Barnsley in the next round. And when will that take place? It will take place on the 6th. So that's actually in a month's time. But and actually, to heck with it. Let's come back for that game. The FA Cup second round game. I always like an FA Cup game, especially as a lower team. Hopefully we can do a bit of a Bradford or something like that. Very doubtful though, because it probably will be away at Barnsley, which would be a very tough ask. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you already haven't for new content. I'll see you guys later. Hope you have a good day.